The people of Nguruman used to share the single newspaper that found its way to their small village once a week. Located in the desert-like terrain of southwestern Kenya, Nguruman had little contact with the outside world. That changed with the opening of the Nguruman Maarifa Center in 2006. Now the villagers can read the news every day, online. Most residents of Nguruman had never even seen a computer before. Now, many are proficient. Before, they felt isolated. Now, they are communicating with people all over the world. But the services offered by the Nguruman Marifa Center are not just helping people feel more connected. Like all 12 Maarifa or knowledge centers within the Arid Lands Information Network across Eastern Africa, Nguruman is giving people access to knowledge that will help them improve their lives and strengthen their communities. The Arid Lands Information Network, known as ALIN, recognizes that, like access to healthcare, education, and employment, access to information and technology plays a critical role in social and economic development. Providing access is only the beginning. ALIN staff must figure out exactly what kind of information people need and how best to offer it to them.
Each center and each community, they have different needs.
One community might need information about HIV/AIDS prevention or treatment. Another might be dealing with a particular pest on their crops. Another might need to know how to treat a poisonous snake bite. ALIN staff identifies these specific needs through partnerships, from NGOs to government agencies to volunteers on the ground. They then decide the best way to convey the information. With only one paid staff member at each Marifa center, ALIN utilizes its many volunteers to disseminate valuable information. In almost all of the communities ALIN supports, agriculture is the single most important part of the economy. The quantity and quality of farmers' yields are critical to their livelihoods. Small farmers face serious issues: drought, pestilence, and lack of resources. Ali Hassan Mulei barely made a living from his small retail shop. When he joined the Kuso Marifa Center, he started reading ALIN's agricultural magazine, Baobab. He learned to use a computer and browse the internet. He soon realized he could make a better living off the land. To do this, Ali had to deal with something other farmers in the area were dealing with: lack of water.
And from the information here in our Marifa Center, I got to know about water harvesting. I came to know more about good agricultural practices from other areas.
ALIN supported Ali and several other volunteers to learn about water harvesting techniques from other farmers who had successfully developed practices well suited for their own dry, arid climates. When they returned to Kuso, they participated in field days to showcase their newly acquired knowledge. They helped create videos, CD-ROMs, and podcasts. They talked to a local pastor who preached about water harvesting at church. They did whatever it took to spread the word. Pest control is another pressing issue for farmers. One farmers group in Kuso found that one of their most common pesticides was leading to respiratory and other health problems. At their Marifa Center, they learned to create a new low-cost pesticide using plants that are freely growing in the area, which they found to have no negative impact on their health. They wrote a song that they could perform to teach others about their discovery.
We set up the Marifa Center, all aimed towards simplifying technical messages into what is tangible for a common person to understand.
Others use the Marifa Center to find economic empowerment outside of the pastoral way of life. Leonard Ndungu returned to Nguruman after graduating from college in Nairobi, but struggled to find employment. At the center, he learned how to write a blog so he could advertise his budding safari business. Soon word spread over the internet and Leonard's business took off. Leonard brings much needed commerce to his community, buying food supplies locally, letting craftspeople sell their wares to his guests, and using community members as porters.
Through the benefit of the Marifa Center, I was able to change and improve the living standard of my community.
The ALIN model was created for replication. Already, organizations from other African nations and the European Union have visited these centers to learn more.
We are opening up to other organizations, and that's why the Marifa Center is an open access space to come and learn how we do things, and we freely share information so that they can be able to replicate.
What does it take to create a center? A room? Maybe an old shipping container. Computers, an internet connection, perhaps a shelf full of books. These are all important, but the most vital piece is the people, the community members, the volunteers who give generously of their time to keep the knowledge flowing from one person to another, from one community to another. In these communities, information never stops with a single individual.
We preach our gospel of information, where we really need a community that is knowledge-driven. It's only when we have a knowledge-driven society that we can develop. Otherwise, without knowledge, there's nowhere we are heading to.
Preaching the gospel of information. It's what the teachers are doing. It's what the nurses are doing. It's what the farmers and beekeepers and herders are doing. And it's what ALIN is all about.